Beats Planet.
And we back like broad straps, man. The round table is back active again. Notice the verbiage, the round table. Let me tell y'all something before I intro this damn thing, dog. We go on hiatus, right? Because I think we the Cowboy YouTube Avengers or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? We go on hiatus for about a month and a half, right? Okoye just cooling, doing his thing. The Lombardi's getting ready for draft. Foots the King getting ready for draft, playing drums for the public, getting his coin. Go check him out. Law Nation being a family man, doing the same thing, working his jelly. And all of a sudden, all these round tables pop up. They got all these round tables just popping up out of nowhere. And I can't be wrong. I can't be mad because there are plenty tables that are round. I can't be mad at that. There are plenty circular tables in America right now. But let me tell you something, dog. There's only one the round table. That's with Doski, Woski, Lombardicus Prime. That's with nothing but the best Law Nation. That's with Foots the King. That's acquiring knowledge over years of experience of Okoye Media. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no other the round tables. So let's just get that straight for a minute. But besides that, though, what's good, fellas? I had to get that off my chest real fast.
Voch, anytime I'm on with you, bro, I know we're going to have a good time. And the OG Law, man. I remember 4 years ago, something like that, my first time hearing Law and just like Law and Mark Holmes. Well, it wasn't even Mark. It was really Law and what's my boy's name?
Joe Rock?
Shango, man. Nah, it was Law and Shango. Like those was the OGs. Those are the homies I looked up to. And then obviously Mark, I got hip to Mark later. Sure. But man, Voch, I love what you're doing, bro. Salute. Thanks for having me on, bro.
No doubt, man. No doubt. We just kind of building this thing on our own, man. Me and Law and Foots, we kind of had a little conversation prior to this. We'll keep that private, but you know, we all we got, man. We are all we got. You know, if we are content creators, you know, and we would rather create our own bag. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna necessarily drop the bag on us. Cool, because they need content. We got content. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So if we just remain steadfast in what we believe in, we gonna be bigger than the big dogs at some point. And I got faith in everybody that's on this phone right now. Brother Okoye is taking care of business. He's doing some family stuff. I sent him the link, so if he pop in like at the 10:38 mark or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Just be ready for that. But currently we do have Law, Foots the King, and Voch Lombardi's up here. It's been a while since we were able to sit down and congregate or whatnot. We ain't talk about the Randall Cobb news or whatever, but let's just kind of do this in a broad way. Foots, let me get you first. Just talk about the offseason we've been having, man.
So I think in a nutshell, the Cowboys have covered themselves for this draft. I won't go into every signing. I mean, if they're listening to this podcast and they're real Cowboys fans,
sure.
They're educated because they're listening to the great Voch Lombardi. Wow. But I think that we've covered ourselves. Like, that's the best way that I can say it. You can go in, and we've had debates on who we want to draft, right, Voch?
100%.
Well, guess what? Friday, or who knows what could happen tomorrow. Maybe Jerry gets antsy. Who knows? But you could draft free. There's not a position except quarterback that I wouldn't feel comfortable drafting if you've done the homework. That's just me.
Sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes,
you got it.
I guarantee you right now, Stephen Jones is talking to Jerry saying, "Hey, I got that Johnny Walker Blue for you right now." Because you know good and well, Jerry, he's a pacer. He's twiddling his thumbs. He's looking at everything saying, man, I think that we're probably 1 or 2 players away from making this thing happen. So I'm thinking that Jerry Jones right now is getting tossed. I promise you he's getting wasted right now.
But Law, let me just kind of say this, man. Just digging in this draft, and I've done the most of the research. I think I'm good to go. Just based on this draft, I would rather have picks. You know what I mean? Because we going to get into the 4th round and 5th round.
Man.
And look,
I to drop the bag up in this joint.
Time out, let me go see, man, because I'm up here looking at y'all. I'm up here talking. Rio, what's cracking? Like, Rio? You want to call in? You want to talk with us? Hey, what's your Rio?
Hey,
what's
yo,
good, man?
hey, you need to throw me some of that.
Man, Fuss, I ain't got no money, man. Come on.
Nah. Hey, respect, much love, bro.
Yo, shouts out to Rio, man. Thanks for all the hard work this year, Coach. This is probably the last time I catch one of your lives. Hey, man, you a hard worker, Rio. Salute to you. You got your promo. We've talked about that, and I've told you, dog. I'm not gonna forget about you, dog. You know what I'm saying? When I make it to the mountaintop, you're gonna be there with me, dog. I ain't bullshit. I might well send that man a shirt. Hey man, tweet me or something so I can get you a shirt or something.
Yeah,
dog.
hey, I'm gonna send him something too. That's love.
When Voch get to the top, and I know he's close to there. Rio, be there with one of those Martin Luther King fans and just keep fanning that brother, man. Good
man. What was we talking about? Y'all ready to go? I'm ready to let's shut this.
Hey, look, hey, he done got me turned up. Let's rock.
Man, I took a shot of him when I saw that.
Let's just give this man a good show, man. Damn. But let's give him a show. Based on the depth in this draft and the talent at this draft, I would rather have the picks. You know what I mean? I don't want to give up my 3rd just to move up a few spots in the 2nd. You know what I mean? And I know Foots love Taylor Rapp. And I know Foots will be cool with Juan Thornhill. But if we got to settle for like a Darnell Savage, but we get to keep our 3rd and 4th round picks, I'm cool with that.
Let me ask you this, Voch.
What's up, bro?
So the new buzz is that he's moving, he's climbing, and you've been a Savage guy. Me and you were texting offline about Savage.
Sure.
What's going on? Is this hype? What is going on with these safeties? What is going on with how they're grouped? Will we be wiped out? You guys kind of let me know, because I've been playing in my mind like, okay, one of them will be here. Now I'm getting nervous that none of them will.
Foots,
so
I tell
you
you
guys
what.
Give me an idea about that.
I tell you what. The more time you have to watch, the more you can just formulate your thoughts a little bit, right? I was thinking about this, right? You know how we look at Abram from Mississippi State, Jonathan Abram, right?
Right.
We look at him and we go, okay, Jonathan Abram got a pretty good size to play strong. But a lot of people look at Darnell Savage and go, oh, Darnell's small, right? If you just taking more time to just do the research, and this after I watched the film on both of them, they both have similar heights, similar weights, and similar arm length. You know what I mean? So we can't really call Darnell small. So what we got to do is we got to go back to the film and further break down what they do differently. And Darnell can cover his ass off. You know what I mean? Like Abram is a missile. I call him big missile and little missile. You know what I mean? Now Abram is a missile, and Abram ain't really the cover guy you want, but Darnell Savage is. So I'm like, man, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody favors Savage over Abram, and that just come with doing more research or whatever. I tell you what, just based on how these safeties have been climbing and falling or whatever, shit, we were talking about Adderley not being there. Some team may value what Thornhill can do at corner, and they may value what Savage can do covering in the nickel, or what Chauncey can do covering in the nickel. Abram and Nazir could fall close to us.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. But let's look at this. Let's look at our team, though.
Okay.
Are we really in need of a cover safety? Can Xavier Woods, with his 2nd year going into this thing with Chris Richard, can he better his play that he did last year?
See,
are we more in need of somebody that can play deeper inside?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm trying. Yeah, here we go. Watch this, Law. I want to replace Jeff Heath.
That's the problem.
I'm not taking X Woods off the field. No.
Sure.
And with the Cowboys, just like pretty much any team in the league, is running a lot of 4-2-5. You're gonna have 5 DBs on the field a lot, right?
Right.
So with Savage was recruited to Maryland to play corner. All right. And
true.
his frame kind of, that's the thing. Voch? It's just the frame that scares me with him. But
sure, as
I said when I did my mock, you start doing some research. He hasn't missed many games.
Sure.
And he's a very willing tackler.
Mm-hmm.
He is. I mean, It's just in the league, it's not the Big Ten. It's different.
Yeah.
But he will come. He will.
So when you use the word, but
use
when
him in the
you
box.
use
You
the
can use him
word
in the box.
Foots, when you use the word replace, do you think that this coaching staff will actually give a chance for somebody that's a rookie this year to outperform Jeff Heath out there on the field? Do you think that they're going to really put Jeff Heath on the bench?
Well, now watch this, Law.
Talk to me.
If if he plays how he played in Maryland, if you watch that Ohio State game, absolutely
won't be long. Won't be long.
Yeah, he had to play, Law. And my biggest thing was everybody wants to tell me why we lost the Rams game, and there was a lot of reasons.
Sure.
But I just can't get I can't get the image out of my mind. Jeff Heath taking the bait on a slow Jared Goff. I mean, that's ridiculous. You're thinking about a guy in Savage who I was watching him cover. He has his initial read. He comes off of that man. It's basically like a zone look. He comes off of that man, flies to the ball, breaks the pass up. Sure. He just has those instincts, and he is a very, very willing tackler. So to me, yeah, he's right now definitely an upgrade over Jeff Heath. And he showed his ASS at the combine. Sure, like 38-inch vertical, a 4.3. I mean, the only thing is the size. If he's
let me ask you this though, not to throw you off.
15, he's the best safety in his class.
Is Jeff Heath is he a better free safety or a strong safety?
Then look, and watch this, Law. Like it's not easy. It's not easy to get Jeff Heath about the paint.
There you
go.
It
is not easy because thing about it, Jeff is technically a strong safety, technically. But what you want to do is you want to upgrade his tackling without taking away the coverage ability, right? So you can say, let's go get Jonathan Abram, but Jeff Heath can play free. Abram can't play free, and Jeff can go cover tight ends. That's something that Abram can't do. Now, if you look at Savage upgrades the tackling there. But Savage can also cover tight ends. He can also play free if you need him to. You see what I'm saying? It's not easy to just get rid of Heath.
He can do a lot.
The easiest way to push Heath off the bridge is to get a free safety, and there's not a lot of them. You like a pure free safety and put Woods as strong, but it's not a lot of frees. It's a gang of strong safety. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to get rid of him.
Man, I appreciate you guys educating the nation for me. Hey, trust me, man. I didn't get a chance to look into the film like you guys were able to this year.
Sure.
So I'm looking at it like on a purely basis from our team, like Jeff Heath versus George Iloka.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me that I don't think George Iloka can beat out Jeff Heath, nor do I think that a rookie can come in and beat out Jeff Heath because he'd just be more knowledgeable. But since you guys educated me on that, now I'm leaning more towards what you guys are saying.
Sure.
Oh,
a free safety in this system, a true free safety in the system can give Jeff Heath a tons of problems. I see.
I mean, now watch this, Law. When you really, because you do great film, when you get to sit down, I know how it is because even myself, I dove in this draft cycle, but it's been hard because we're pulling from a wide range of prospects.
Sure.
And you can't really dial in. I've been telling Voch this all off season. You can't dial in when you have the 58th pick. Anything can happen.
Yep.
We could literally be wiped out. We're not in the middle of the second round. We're at the end of it's basically a third round pick. Think about it.
See, for example, I see this comment in my chat box from Pentagon or whatever. He's saying that there's no way that one of these safeties gonna fall to Dallas pick. He says,
right.
but see, look, watch this though. Think about how many guys we say that about. Think about how many second round receivers there are. How many second round running backs, second round D tackles, second round safeties, offensive linemen, quarterbacks. Somebody's got to fall to 58. So if all those safeties don't fall, we get a damn good pass rusher. If all the pass rushers gone, a damn good 3-tech is bound to be there. It's only 57 people that can go in front of us. It's way more second round picks than there are first round picks. That's why I'm not really trying to move around too much. And let me get my credit. Let me pat myself on the back. Gil Brandt hopped on the Cowboy press conference joint talking about ain't much difference between the guy you get at 17 and the guy you get at 70. Voch been saying that for months. You know what I'm saying? Voch been saying that for a while. Like you can get Ja'Kai Polite at 20, but I feel just as good about Ja'Kai as Jalen Ferguson in the mid 50s or something. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Voch,
I feel you,
Voch.
Fuzz. I feel you, but
Fuzz,
I feel you.
Hey, look.
I hear you. I hear you.
You talking about having a conversation.
I hear you.
Wait a minute.
I hear you.
Don't let him start slipping.
I hear you, Fuzz.
Because I will abandon safety in a heartbeat.
Fuzz. Listen, man. I don't look because I'm steadfast on my offensive line deal, right? But I've been seeing Jalen Ferguson slip. Now, if you take away the off the field issues,
is he a gun under the seat guy?
He's not gun under the seat guy.
You know what he is?
Y'all educate me, man. What is he?
May not love football guy. May not love football guys.
I don't want him. I don't want that guy.
Polite, you talking about Polite, Voch?
I'm talking about him and Ferguson. Both those guys.
Ferguson. So Polite is actually his teammates love him. Yeah. I don't think that coaches and staff likes him. Which, what do you do with that? Is he Frank Clark? Frank Clark came into the league and is a dog. I mean, he's amazing. Frank Clark is an amazing player. I don't care what anybody. Yeah. I mean, you remember when he played Dallas?
Sure.
He gave us fits, dog.
Sure.
So I know if I'm gonna be honest with you, if Ja'Kai Polite is sitting staring at me at 58, I'm dragging him. I'm sorry.
But Fuzz, this is my thing though. He might be there at 90, just based on how the people that talk to him are talking about him. He might be there at 90. And if and look, if he's there at 90, let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it if he's there. But
I'm gonna be honest. On tape, I see a first round player. That's just my evaluation.
Fantastic pass rusher.
Sure. Yeah, the burst, the just the ferociousness. I don't care about what happened at the combine. His combine numbers weren't that great, and obviously he was a headache at the combine. But we need football players, man, good ones.
As pass rushers though, Polite is insane as a pass rusher. Jalen Ferguson got more sacks than anybody as pass rushers. So
I agree.
Go ahead.
No. I was just saying that's just again, that's what you do at 58. And then look, I want people to remember the Cowboys are a good team.
Yes.
So if you could bring him into I just feel like we have such an advantage having a Rod Marinelli that, you know what, if we don't get a safety, I will be fine. Like, we now have two experts at their position groups. Sure. We have an expert in
but let me step in on this part right quick.
Go ahead, sir.
We know about those other guys, like the top 50 guys and the names that you guys just mentioned. But what about like the underdogs, like the people that we just really haven't looked at? And I know you guys did a in-depth knowledge of all of the safety that's out there. But what about a Derek Woods? What is his skill set? So what about a Sheldrick Redwine or somebody like that? Do you guys watch those guys, or are they anybody that we probably can get in the 5th or the 6th round that can make an impact to this team?
Sheldrick's solid, but my problem with him is that his combination of traits don't necessarily fit what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna get a cornerback early or a safety early, then that's different. But a cornerback late, then we're looking for traits in particular to what we do. So we're looking for like a long, lengthy guy. You wouldn't get Redwine late because he'll be like, we would need long, lengthy people, right? Unless it's somebody that just transcends long, lengthy people. Like Byron Murphy's good enough to where if you like long and lengthy, you say, don't worry about it. Byron's that good. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. And Voch is spot on. And I got a name for you. I like Evan Worthington.
Sure.
Colorado safety.
Hitter.
Yeah. If he exactly, let's say so Voch, you want to box. There you go.
What about this? Mike Bell, 6'3", 220.
Another guy.
See, let me say this. I like Mike Bell, but Bell is more of a free safety to me. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not.
At 6'3", he must be fast, huh?
I'm not high on Bell.
Yeah. 4th round, baby.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm more of give me a trait, and like Voch said. So with Worthington, you talking about somebody who will come and crank you.
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Bring him on. You know what I'm saying?
Marquise Blair the same way. Marquise Blair from Utah, I believe.
Yeah. Utah safety, really, really good.
Yeah, same guy.
So there are some later guys that you could develop. Here's the thing though, Law. If I have a player, so how do you I think that this team and what we've seen in recent years, I think that this team would take a less versus a lesser secondary player. Um, or a lesser lineman versus a lesser secondary player. So maybe they would take a Rennell Wren who needs to be developed
Sure.
and take a more polished secondary player. That's my thinking.
Sure. I agree. Something I'm not liking the picks that the pundits are making. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hating that shit. Like they're talking about Tristan Hill at 58 when Tristan Hill is more of a late third, early fourth round guy to me. Or they're taking Jowan Johnson at 58. I like Jowan, but I'm not taking no damn Jowan Johnson. I mean, Williams, Jowan Williams, Jowan Williams
corner
at 58. You know what I'm saying? He's just not. He's not a second round guy to me. You know what I mean?
No, he's not.
Now
he's a third, fourth. He's a 3-4.
He may fit what you want, but I'm not taking that guy early. I just think sometimes the fan base and even the talking heads or whatever, we get so caught up in the same handful of guys. Like they've only been talking about nine guys or so, right? We don't know who the hell's gonna be on the board, man. We have no idea.
I agree.
So let's just try to be a little righteous, man. Let's just learn these guys and just try to be better. So let me ask you this: as far as philosophy goes, Foots, have you changed on your who you want to take second, third, fourth, fifth round pick philosophy?
So, I want to. I have fallen in love with a player.
Okay, let's talk about it.
And I'm just praying he's there in the third round, and we got to take him. I mean, the Cowboys have to take him. His name is Travion Williams. I love him, Voch. You don't like him?
See, Foots.
Armstead, right? You gonna say Armstead, huh?
Law, hey, Foots. Let me tell you something, Foots. Law been watching my videos, Foots.
Yes,
Foots. I love Travion Williams, and you can definitely get Travion in the third. I won't hate you for getting Travion in the third, but if you can give me Raquel Armstead from Temple. Anywhere.
I like Armstead too. He's a good player.
Oh, give me that guy. Give me Armstead.
You know why? Oh, okay, so this is what split the hairs.
Okay.
Devin White, one of my favorite players in college football.
Sure.
Came out on an interview. I was listening to some, doing my due diligence.
Sure.
He came out and said Travion Williams was the toughest player he's played in all 4 years at LSU.
They went 7 overtimes.
Yeah, exactly.
7 overtimes, and he busted their ass.
He wasn't that fast.
Yeah.
He wasn't that, and that if you watch him, he's spot on. He's not that fast.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's not, but he was like in the fourth quarter, this kid really was playing like the game just started.
Yep.
Foots, before you break it down more, man, help me out. What's his comp? Who he comparable to? So I can get an imagination.
He's 5'8". I mean, I would say Curtis Martin. Like so the thing you like about him, Law, is his vision.
Sure.
Okay. He knows Travion knows when to do what. Mm-hmm. So I honestly would say I like a Kareem Hunt comp. Kareem Hunt.
Kind of sort of.
And if you think about it, Kareem Hunt was a third round pick.
Sure.
DeMarco Murray was a third round pick.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Am I trying to replace Ezekiel Elliott? Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. But I can honestly say like he would be expensive insurance. We need juice over Rod Smith. We just need juice. We don't have any juice. I want to save Ezekiel Elliott from himself. And if
so you're looking at a guy that's going to be 5 or 6 carries a game guy. Because I want Ezekiel Elliott number. I know that we're like, undefeated when Ezekiel Elliott get 25 carries a game. But I want Ezekiel Elliott number to be right at 17 carries a game.
Trayvon,
give me 250.
Travion might get whole like series. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Oh, he's that type of game changer.
I mean, Voch, Law, the offense wouldn't change with him in there.
It would.
I mean, the only thing that's holding him back again is his size. I mean, he's just a smaller player. He's not. I don't want to say he's small.
Now, Foots, to be fair,
He's 5'8", 206 pounds, according to this
Yeah,
chart.
that's right, and that's where Zeke is
230.
Yeah, I mean he's a grown man.
Foots,
so
to be fair,
it's
you
level.
can probably throw it to him a little more than you.
Oh yeah,
than you would
oh
throw it to
yeah.
Zeke.
I mean,
is he better? Now I know Lance Dunbar is a walking injury bug.
Yeah,
is he better with the ball?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he was Law. Get into Travion, and you're gonna be like, wow. And I'm gonna tell you, go watch the Ole Miss game. What you'll see is, he gets better as the game goes on.
Sure.
He gets better. He runs better. He has a better feel. He never takes he's like Emmitt Smith in that he never takes clean hits.
I tell you what, and this could sound funny, but you remember how we felt about Joseph Randle before he went crazy? You know what I'm saying? Just
Randle he wasn't a bad player. I tell people that all the time.
Just as a compliment to Murray, somebody you can just kind of bring in and he'll get a touchdown there, or he'll burst and get some shit. He'll catch the ball and do the kind of in that kind of way. Like Joe Randle's a good player. He just went crazy and you know.
Yeah, he go at the one and dive over the middle with exposing the ball. And
lost his mind a little bit, but he's kind of like that a little bit, but a little less burst. You know, Joe could run, but I feel you on that, Foots. I feel you on that. It's just that I don't want to compromise my offensive line pick. You know me, man. I don't want to compromise that, but I do feel good about multiple safeties though. To where if we don't get one at 58, then I'm cool. If we don't get one at 90, you know, I'll settle for a guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I hope that whoever we pick, I hope that they're the best player on the board. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I would love to fix my offensive line, but if a gangster is there, then let's just go ahead and get them and just, you know.
All right, so Voch, the education for the nation over here, because I haven't, like I said, I didn't get a chance to look at none of the offensive linemen.
Sure.
But I can just look at this from right here. Out of this draft at the 58 pick, who will be better than your boy from last year, Williams? Who will be better than Connor Williams at 58?
This is a great question. That's a great question, Law.
Who would
put him
be
on the spot
better than Connor Williams? See, first of all, I think Connor Williams is a tackle. So that's my first issue with this whole thing. But who would be a better guard than Connor Williams would be? I think Elgin Jenkins, and I've said this before, I think Elgin Jenkins from Mississippi State comes in day one, and I think he can start. Why?
What's his measurables right quick?
300 and mad pounds, 6 foot tall. You know what I'm saying? Like
you must said 300 and mad.
300 mad pounds.
He gonna tear some shit in his side.
But Law, just based on the film and what Cowboy fans are like about this is you could try to bull rush Jenkins. He ain't going nowhere. He's not going anywhere. If you look at the the Clemson kids, or if you look at some of the Auburn guys, just the different SEC talent, you know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't just bull rush Elgin Jenkins. They had to try to go around him, and he has good enough feet to where he can kind of nullify that a little bit. Now you put him in the middle of Travis and Tyron, then you good to go. But the one part I like about it the most is that if anything happens to Travis, because that's likely, if anything happens to Travis, Elgin Jenkins can bump right over and he can play center, and you can put whoever the hell you want at guard, whoever we got.
Okay, Voch. Now you know we got to do this again.
Let's run it.
Okay, let's run it. I got it. So look. What are you doing with Connor Williams? What are you doing with the rest of your offensive line if you draft?
I'll tell you.
And I like Jenkins. I mean, I've been hearing his name in draft circles. It seemed like once you said that, it's like Elgin Jenkins. I'm like, damn, Voch he really be on it. I mean, you be on it, but now, okay, I got a GM side of things too. We still have people under contract. We just can't bench Lyle, and we can't give up on our second round pick from last year. So what are we doing with the rest of our offensive line? I
tell you what. First of all, I truly feel whatever pick we pick at 58 has a chance to not start. Let me say that first of all. They're gonna have to work their way into playtime anyway. That's just how the Cowboys do. But I'm putting Connor Williams at right tackle where he belongs, Foots. That's the move. Now,
I agree.
now, what are we gonna do with Lael Collins? Lael is legitimately making me sick. So I'm making Lael Collins play for his spot. We owe him $9 million. I don't think we're gonna re-sign him next year. This the last year on his contract. So I don't want to push Lael Collins off a bridge immediately. What I want to do is I want to let him walk, get signed by somebody else, and get a comp pick for him. That's what I want to do.
What if you could trade him? Ooh.
If I
What if you could trade him on Friday?
So
on
now,
Saturday?
so now we're thinking about what can I get back for Lael Collins. I think somebody will give you a fourth for Lael.
I was just about to say that. I would take a fourth for Lael right now.
But see, Foots, here's the problem though. Here's the problem though. Now you have to question what's more valuable: a 4th round pick or somebody that, if anything happens to Connor, he can just fit back. He can fit right back in at right tackle. If anything happens to Zach Martin, you got guys that can play guard now. You got guys that can play left guard. If Travis gets hurt, you can put Elgin at center. You can put Lael at left guard. You see what I'm saying? I ain't necessarily trying to get rid of Lael right now because we might need him. You know what I'm saying? But
unless you're really trusting Cam Fleming.
Cam can go. Cam can leave today. Like Lael can go next year. Cam can go right now.
What about your boy Jumbo Joe? And out of this draft, also, Voch, sure. What if they go? Who's the best right tackle in this draft? They can fall to 58 range instead of looking at somebody from the inside.
Thing about Joe is Joe's cool. He's a cool backup, but he got exposed. Like he just that's it. What it is. Joe got picked up and moved from point A to point B beyond his free will, and I'm not a fan of that. But as far as a right tackle that can fall to us, it ain't that many. So like once that first bunch of guys are gone, I'm kind of out on right tackle until like 4th round, until we get to guys like Max Sharping, until we get to guys like Isaiah Prince, maybe Bobby Evans from Oklahoma. Those are like developmental guys. But I ain't trying to develop a right tackle right now. I'm trying to start guys. Titus Howard will be gone, Joe. So I ain't necessarily trying to go get a right tackle because I feel like we got a right tackle. Like, we got plenty of tackles on this team. We got 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? Give me a guard. Give me somebody that's better than Suafilo today. And that's how I'm going to run it.
Yeah, and it's good to have Travis. Zach, security and insurance. I mean, I get it. I get it, Voch. And listen, if the Cowboys set their board should be set right now.
Sure.
All right. Their board needs to be set right now. If you have an offensive lineman, I mean, Dak was second sack, the most sacked in the NFL last year. So if you have an offensive lineman rated that high, Lindstrom, I know you like him.
Yeah. Probably gone.
Jenkins.
Yeah.
If you have him rated that high, take him.
I tell you what,
you can stay true to your board.
I tell you what, Fuss, and this is where me and you can kind of shake hands and come to an agreement or whatever. If you can give me Thornhill at 56, I'll take a guy like Dennis Daly from South Carolina. He's a left tackle, but he's probably going to be like a left guard, something like that. And he's a Ron Leary clone, in my opinion. He was a right tackle, pardon me. He's like a Ron Leary clone to me, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So you could take Dennis Daly or something like that in the 3rd round, plug him in, play today, in my opinion, and give me Thornhill or a Rapp or whoever the hell we got at 58. Because look, I'm trying to rebuild this 2016 offensive line. I went back to watch 2016 tape. Boy, was it looking good. Boy, we were just moving the ball so easily. How many times did we say, damn, Zeke Elliott is so elite. He just got hit at the 0 and turned that thing into a 3-yard gain. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get back to the days where Zeke gets hit at the 5 and turn that bitch into a 9-yard gain. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Zeke, and that's part of the reason why I want him back. Zeke took a bruising last year.
Sure.
And I know it's just crazy. Like, I think Zeke's only 23. He's a young player.
Yeah.
But, you gotta, I think the best teams in the league are those that are always thinking ahead.
Sure.
All right. You got to understand the running back position. You got to understand the type of player that Zeke is. So if getting an offensive line helps you preserve Zeke, I'm not mad at that. Like I've in my mind, Law and Voch said, whoever the Cowboys draft tomorrow, I will make it make sense for these people.
Sure.
And let me ask you guys this, and I want to I want to segue into this.
Mhm.
Is there a position that we're not talking about? You know, obviously the positions that we've been talking about are what
Mhm.
are safety,
Running back,
our
O
tight
line.
end,
Yep.
running back,
Yep.
corner.
Yep.
Is there a position right now that we're not talking about that could go underrated and the Cowboys could possibly draft? Give me a position, Voch and Law.
Draft at 58 or just draft in
At
general?
58.
Man, first, I really sincerely believe it depends on who's there. Like if it's a gangster receiver there, you know what I mean? Like
Deebo Samuel.
if Debo is there and if he's the best player there, let's take Debo. Debo's he's a top 5 receiver on my list. You know what I'm saying?
Debo a gangster, dog.
Let's say
He's
you have
fantastic.
Debo and you have Irv Smith. Who you getting and why?
Ooh.
Damn, Law, what the hell you doing, man? Why the hell would you
Bring
say
in
some?
your fastball,
Why the
Law.
hell would you say some shit like that? Damn.
I would go Irv Smith.
You would
I would
have to
Irv
go.
Smith.
You would
Yeah,
have
you
to
would
go.
you got to go Irv Smith.
But Foots, ain't that window dressing though? Cause ain't Debo the better player than Irv? But
Debo the better player, but
we got
already know what I'm
receivers and we
Yeah.
lacking that tight end. But Foots, we can't just
Yeah.
dog.
That's definitely a window dress. That's definitely you point shaving.
But I'm with you. That's a good one though. Law. I'm with you on that. Yeah. You take Irv. But
that was a good one.
luckily, I don't think Irv will be there though. You know, I don't think Irv. I don't think Irv's gonna be there.
But you know what? Like you said, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Sure.
Somebody is gonna be there that we didn't expect to be there,
Sure.
and the Cowboys are gonna have to make a decision.
I think it's gonna be a running back or a receiver. Okay, Fuzz, would you be against taking look, so let me just look at my list. Like if it's a gangster running back at 58, would you take him there? Like if David Montgomery's there at 58, would you take him?
Oh, that'd be hard to pass away.
That's cold.
That would be hard to. That would be hard to.
And it'll make my head hurt. But David Montgomery's fantastic.
Dog, everything I said about Travion Williams, he's the bigger version.
Sure.
Like he is. He's a more complete, and his body. Dang it, but I will probably not take a running back. I can't take a running back.
That's what I'm saying, man. Look,
I can't. The Dallas Cowboys can't take. You have the best running back in the league. You can't draft a running back at 58. You can't.
We hear all these people talk about let's take the best player no matter who's on the board, fam. It 100% matters who's on the board. But let me hit you with this caveat, though. Let damn TJ Hawkinson, let some weed fall out his pocket or something, and he fall to 58. It's over with. It's done.
They boring over everything.
You know what I'm saying? So it just really depends. And trust me, when y'all tune in, let me get this plug in because I'm doing 3 days of draft coverage. I'm doing a pregame show talking about what could happen. I'm going to react to the current pick, all 32 teams, and I'm going to do a postgame show to react to it. I have a better idea of what's going to happen at 58 after the first round. After the first round's over, I'll definitely have some answers.
I plan on doing a video about that actually. Yeah. Like, Bosh, like you'll know. Sure. You'll be able to actually kind of do the math.
You can add up. Yeah.
You get
because 58 and 90 are so close together. Yeah, with that. Yeah.
58 and 90 are close together, Law, and then you'll look. Okay, this person available. What you want. You want only one, and this is a realistic thing. This is why I'm so happy. This is a great defensive line draft. Law.
Sure.
You want only one. You want only one safety to go in the first round.
That's what you want. It's
quite possible for that to happen too. Yeah.
Oh, it's very possible.
Because Nazir, he's gone. You can just say Nazir, he's gone.
But listen, he may not be though, Law. Because watch this. A lot of these corners. I'm hearing Julian Love and a lot of these corners are gonna always trump safety, no matter what.
Every time.
And there's about 6 corners who I could say have round 1-2 grades. Greedy Williams, Rocketson, Julian Love, the kid Amani,
Oruwariye, Penn State.
His feet are amazing.
Yeah.
I
tell you what you want.
Give me some more Voch. Give me some more corners. All of these corners are going to get pushed.
DeAndre Baker, you know what I'm saying? Greedy's going to be up high. Let me tell you something. My man's from Michigan State, Justin Lane. Justin Lane done made some money.
He's making a late push. Yes, he is.
He's made some money. I tell you what you really want, right? You want your typical first round guys to go, like your clearly first round guys to go, right? Like Quinn ain't gonna be gone, Josh, whatever. But you want a gang of quarterbacks to go. You want them to have faith in these damn quarterbacks. You want Daniel Jones to go. You want Drew Lock to work his way into the first round conversation. You know what I mean? If somebody feels that way about Will Greer, cool, get him too. You want some running backs to go, and you want like one safety, and you want everything else to just bump down the line for you. Corners, cool. I think we got a gang of corners. Let them go too. You want all the safeties to fall to you. You want the pass rushers, and you want the D tackles and the offensive line. And my thoughts or whatever. So you can have a good pool of guys to pick from, so that when you say let's get the best player available, it's not just one guy. You can look up and rub your hands like Birdman and say, okay, it's 5 guys I would like here, and I feel good about any of them. That's what you really want.
I see what you guys are saying now.
But we'll see though. We'll see though. Let me ask you this, fellas. Let me ask you this. So the Cowboy fandom has really pissed me off. And let me just kind of set this up a little bit. If you're on social media and you see a taco bully, please call them out and talk shit about him. You know what I mean? Now, you can feel what you want to feel about Taco Charlton, because I feel like Taco should absolutely step up. I think he hasn't done much his time here, but he's only been here for 2 years. This is his third year or whatever. What I don't like about these Cowboy fans is Taco can make a post about, like, he made a post about his sisters going to prom this weekend. You know what I'm saying? And he was nervous about that. And some bullshit ass Cowboy fans hopping on his Twitter talking about oh, you need to be nervous about you getting cut. We need to get rid of you. Boy, I hope we trade you, da-da-da. That's bully shit, and you will never say it to Taco face, because his 6'5" ass will smack you with his hand that's bigger than your face. You know what I'm saying? And something bad will happen to you. Stop saying shit to people online that you wouldn't say to their face. Now, if you want Taco to step it up and be better, that's fair criticism, because he can do that. But if he's congratulating his homie, Frank Clark, because they both went to Michigan, played on the same D line together, if he's congratulating Frank Clark for getting his money, don't hop on the post saying, well, you need to earn your money or leave. I was saying on Twitter, if I'm in Ndamukong Suh, I wouldn't dare come play for the Cowboys, because if you had a bad game, people just gonna talk shit to you, and people just gonna badger you on Twitter. Wouldn't nobody want to come play for nobody like that?
Yeah, let's not be Philly fans, y'all. I mean, don't be disgusting. If he's talking about his sister's prom, or even like just don't be weirdos. I mean, guys. It's football. Even let's bring up Taco for a second.
Sure.
Right. Let's not act like DeMarcus Lawrence got off to this amazing start as a Cowboy.
Fair.
All right. Go look at the numbers and then come back to me.
Fair.
So Taco is called development for a reason.
Sure.
There's been a log jam at defensive end. Guess what? This defensive line has been good. It has.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what? If Taco doesn't pan, guess what? Well, you'll just have to eat it. Every pick, all of these guys the NFL Network is selling you on, guess what? About over 60% of them are going to be bust.
Yep.
All right?
That's facts.
That's just a fact, dog.
Like, and for those who love D-Law is the reason why they drafted Taco.
Right.
Because of his slow start. And then on top of that, can you imagine trying to force D-Law to play on the right defensive end and expecting for him to have the results that he's getting now? It's just the reality of it. And
because we're in lockdown. What? You're going up against the other team's best tackle.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
So again, what I want people to understand is just calm down, okay? Let Taco develop. All right. And I'm with Law. I mean, I'm with both Voch and Law. Don't get weird and don't start. Listen, the draft is more than just drafting a player. It's scheme. Yeah. How does this guy fit in what the team that's drafting him is trying to do?
Sure.
Okay, so a guy like Rocky Sin, we were just talking about corners, all right? Mm-hmm. You know, you're not going to want to play him in a lot of zone, okay?
Sure. Play him in man. Play that man in man all day.
You want him beating up receivers all day. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, and sometimes guess what? As smart as these NFL GMs and guess what? They draft players and don't have a clue of what to do with them.
Facts.
Don't have a clue. They don't.
Facts.
And it happens all the time. And Voch can vouch.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we're talking about Darnell Savage. Guess what? If you use him the wrong way, he'll be a bust.
For
I'm telling you.
example, 2 years ago, Solomon Thomas, he got drafted at 3 overall, and he ain't done nothing in San Francisco.
He's been a bust.
He
It's
ain't done
been
nothing.
bad.
And that was
Look at Josh Johnson from the Redskins. He's been terrible.
sure.
Michael Gallup had a better year than their years were comparable. I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Hey, it's a crap shot too, because think about this. The Kansas City Chiefs last year was like number 1, number 2 in sacks, but they told the defense like dead last.
Yeah.
Now they finna switch out everything to switch to a 4-3. They got rid of D4 and they got rid of Houston. They said, okay, we're gonna pay Frank Clark $105 million.
Big plays, motherfucker.
He plays, he balling.
Them goddamn
He
safeties.
got rid of 2 productive players.
Goddamn.
But you know what, though?
Equal.
You know what, though?
Goddamn
Talk to
safeties.
me.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I love the fact, we're hard on this team. I love the fact that the Cowboys draft well.
Sure.
Even if they may, slightly botch a player like a Taco or whatever you may feel.
Sure.
That because what it does is inadvertently it does create a culture within the team. It does create what New England is trying to be. We're not going to be New England overnight.
Sure.
But the fact that we're able to build through the draft, the fact that we're able to, you're going to come in here and work for what you do. Now, as good as Frank Clark is, and he's a good damn player.
Yeah.
Right.
You give outside of that kind of money, what does that do within the team aspect of things?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
More or less when you draft well, the Pittsburghs of the world, and I know that Pittsburgh had a slight down year and their defense isn't the same, but New England, Baltimore, the upper echelon of teams, it really is a beautiful thing. And then you look at teams like the Skins, they always overpay in free agency. They're always now again, they're about to give up the kitchen sink for another quarterback who won't pan out, and then they'll be set back. Like people don't understand. A bad draft can really set you back 5 years.
Well, let me put in this perspective, my guy Foots.
It can
outside of Dallas, and this is just me, and I hope this is not the homer in me speaking.
Hell
Outside of Dallas, name me a team that Jordan Lewis would not start on.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
Now wait.
That's fair. We just got guys. We just got a lot of guys that can play. So sure. Sure. But with that being said, let me be Segway Jones for a minute. We did kind of hear some reports about Taco potentially being traded. And I just kind of want y'all's thoughts on that. Because me personally, think about what we would get back for him, and it'll probably be like a 5th round pick or something like the 4th maybe. And I'm thinking I would rather have a developmental end with length and traits that you can still teach, because we got Marinelli, we got the guru, we got the guy. You know what I mean? If anybody can fix Taco, Rod can. I would rather keep that developmental guy and see what he can do than get just a 5th round pick or whatever. Because to be fair, I mean, shit, it took Byron Jones a few years to get this thing right. You know what I'm saying? And I would hate to get a 4th round pick, Taco go somewhere else, and he just get it this year. His 3rd year where most guys really like blow up and blossom and shit. I would really be pissed if Taco got it this year and all we got was a 4th round pick back for him.
Well, let me flip it on your mental then. Think about this.
Sure.
What if we get the 4th round pick for Taco and they do a swap in the second, meaning that they will switch out they'll still keep their 2nd round draft pick, but we'll get an earlier second round draft pick. What about that?
I don't think people really gonna pay bank for Taco that way. I think
or a third, swap with a third, because we picking, I guess, in the late second, which is equivalent to a third.
Let me tell you something.
Late third.
Law, let me tell you something. This is one of the situations where Taco is better with us than somebody else. I really feel that way. So if I'm like, okay, so look, Law, if I'm the Cowboys and you somebody else, what you paying for Taco? Come on, fam.
Right.
Fuzz, what you think, man? Come on, Law trying to come up in here.
Who needs a left defensive end? What the Dolphins got?
Everybody.
Who the Raiders got? Who the Raiders got?
Shit, they're gonna draft one. Go draft Sweat. Go draft Montez Sweat.
They say, come on, Raiders, man. Hey, we went with you with Jahad Ward. So come on, man. Let
just
Jerry Jones
keep Taco, keep Taco, and let Rod just develop him, and we'll see what. Worst case scenario, pick up his 5th-year option. He can be a like a rotational backup type of guy. And if it don't work out, we'll let him go and we'll get a 4th round comp for him. Go ahead, Foots.
No, I mean, again, who you answered the question 100%. Nobody's giving you. I don't even know if you would get a 6 for Taco. So
yeah,
just let it play out, guys. Again, Byron Jones. People were throwing Byron Jones off a bridge last year.
Off the bridge, man.
People were throwing Byron Jones off a bridge last year.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just let it play out, man. I mean, even me. I'll look myself in the mirror. I did not like the Leighton Vander Esch pick. I wanted Dallas to get a thumper. I want us to get a true linebacker who will come up and will knock you out. Guess what? I was wrong. I'm going to learn from that this year and just, say, whoever they draft Elgin Jenkins, Voch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling you, Voch. What do I need to know about this guy?
Oh, well, shit. Voch got a video about Elgin Jenkins. You can go watch a video on Elgin Jenkins. So yeah, cool. And I will say, like, what kind of gives you a lot of, I would guess leeway with this whole DN thing is that we got Law signed up and we got Quinn under contract for a year. So, so we ain't really got to panic. Like, we can sit back. I'm fine with Taco and Dorrance, coming off the bench or drafting somebody and just switching those guys out, rotating those guys, because I feel good about the top of the product. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Let me touch on these super chats. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. We don't do incredibly long shows like when we be on Law Channel. I'm playing. Toot Robinson, shouts out to you. Said, I think I heard Law use the same statement last year about watching college film, just messing with your Law. Much respect to you guys. Salute to you, bro. Uncle Dave Alexander, what's good? He say, D tackle and safety at 50 not happening. Damn, what you mean? Leave that draft simulator alone. I agree. Jeremiah, salute to you for dropping 5. Frank dropped 5, and Rio said TJ can roll into the green room and won't slip past 40. TJ who?
That was hilarious. He's talking about TJ Hawkinson. He said he could roll like some bud. He could roll some weed in the green room.
Yeah. TJ.
You know what? He probably won't. That kid is amazing.
You're right. Law, I didn't get your draft philosophy or whatever. What's your order of importance?
Yeah,
man, I'm falling on the BPA, best player available. But I'm
stop punking
defense.
Out, man. Stop punking out.
No, I'm team defense. I love defense. I don't like it at all. I love for this team to get that nasty defensive guy, whether it be that belly hanging over the knees guy or that safety that can come down in the box and also cover well out in space. I'm thinking that they probably lean more towards the safety, though.
Law, why you want these big fat D tackles, man? What's wrong with you, man?
Because we got 2 bookends already, right? And then we got Malik Collins. We already know contract year.
But Law, wouldn't you rather somebody that can move, that can push the pocket, that can get upfield? Like, wouldn't you rather that?
No. Because you got Robert Quinns of the world and D-Law and tacos.
Okay, so let me say this. So let me say this, because I done smoked Mark Holmes over this like millions of times. So just how we play D-line, we like to get guys upfield. We like to pass rush. We like push, and we like guys that can stunt, that can gap exchange or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like my one techs to be able to push the pocket and not necessarily just be heavy, because when you run outside zone and you can't catch Zeke, then we gonna stop double teaming you. We just gonna block you with one person and let you just not catch the ball carrier. You know what I'm saying? Like David Irvin is more so what you want. David wasn't fat. He just pushed people. He was just strong as hell. You know what I'm saying? Get
6'7", 310, 308.
Yeah, just get you somebody strong as hell. We ain't gotta get a fat trash can full of dirt that can't move. Mark Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Like get you somebody with some movement, man. You know what I mean? Like this is brand new football. Football is evolving, man. Like if you would have put Aaron Donald in a time machine and he showed up and said he was a damn 3-tech, like 70s football players will laugh at him, but then he'll line up and kick all their ass because they can't block him. You know what I'm saying? Like I think football is evolving in that way. I think it's getting more into an athletic game. Now let me just fix this and just say this: you can get an athletic 1-tech. I mean, you can and not sacrifice, weight or strength or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying take an end and plug him at 1 because he's fast. You know what I'm saying? You can get you a fat guy, but just get you a fat guy that can move. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I know we about to jump off, but Renell Wren is that guy for me.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He can one gap. I mean, he can play the 1 and the 3.
Mm-hmm.
Has the feet to do both, and the size.
Yeah.
He has no idea what he's doing.
Nope.
And that's okay.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
But a bird whispered to me that the Cowboys may be more on who's this Zach Allen kid?
Yeah,
sure.
No,
I do not want to draft him at 58. No.
But don't you sound just like LVE like last year?
Yeah, okay, you're right.
We sounding just like that, and then we'll fool around.
You're right.
But it's probably gonna be guys on the board better than Zach Allen at 58, man. Come on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
But Sky just like LVE.
You're right, Law. You're right.
I still want Harold Landry.
You the OG.
I still want Harold Landry. Foster King, you have any closing remarks for our good people before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, on the count of 3, I want everybody in the comment section to just drop who you think the Cowboys should draft. Just do that for me. Just let me know who do you want to see us draft at 58.
5, 4,
cool.
3, 2, 1.
Who do you want? Who do you think the Cowboys should draft? That's it for me, Voch. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, sir.
Crap, Voch. I'm about to put mine in there right now.
Quentin Williams.
You put it down.
Go ahead. Foots, before you leave.
Thank you so much, Voch, for having me.
Yeah.
Man, I love your work, bro.
Appreciate
I'm even more inspired. Law, you already know, man. Wow. Smoothest dude. This was an amazing show. Yeah. Y'all brought y'all fastballs, homies. I can't wait. Yeah. Hey, everybody really participating. I love y'all, man. Straight up.
Salute, man. That's my chat box. Plug your stuff, Foots. Where you gonna be playing at? Where's your Instagram at? Tell us about your music. Give us all that.
All right, guys. So I'll put it in here right now. Everybody shoot me a follow. It's Foots times Coles. Just search that on iTunes, IG, and everywhere else. That's where I'm making music at, working on my album now. And just on Friday, Voch, I'm going to just be watching the draft. I may jump on with you, call you. Well, tomorrow, I'll definitely jump on with you for a little bit if that's cool with you. Call you. And then on Friday, I'll have a recap of every player. I'm sure Voch will and Law will as well. And then I'm just going to just enjoy it. I actually want to just enjoy it. You know, I've been covering it. I just did my final mock, a Cowboys mock. And I mocked this Darnell Savage and Travion Williams. Y'all go watch to see the rest. Yeah. I can't give y'all everything, but that's it, Law and Voch. I'm just gonna watch the draft and enjoy it. It actually is kind of cool not having a first round pick because now I can just
be a fan. Be a fan. Yeah.
Right. I can just be a fan. Yeah. You know, this is work. I want y'all to understand.
I just don't think there's enough Johnny Walker Blue to keep Jerry Jones in his seat. I think that Jerry Jones still going to figure out a way to do something. Maybe it'd be a trade or something on day one.
Nah, man. Jerry don't run that team no more. Hey, yo, Law. You know something I really like about Foots and his music, man? I was watching one of Foots videos or whatever. And Law, guess what was in the video?
What was that?
Foots. they just had a damn camera following his feet and he was dancing and shit. And he had his music and it was a cool little vibe. It was just following the Foots. And I'm like, damn, I get it on a creative level. Good shit, Fuzz. Y'all checking stuff out. Law, plug your stuff, sir. Where can they find you at? Both channels.
Yes, man. I'm on D Live. I'm on Periscope, Twitter, MySpace, Black Planet. You name it, you can find me. Just type in LAW Nation, and you should see either my face or my logo. Shout out to Space Cowboy, who made my face, gave me the animation for the nation. You guys can check out Space Cowboys, and he'll be able to hook you up with that too. And also, tomorrow, I'm planning on probably watching Voch Lombardi, who keeps the party stream. Yeah. And I'll jump on if you have the link available. Voch, we'll jump on from there. We'll talk about these draft picks and things like that. And for right now, I got two stations, Law Nations 2.0 and Law Nations. I will be posting here and there on both channels, Cowboy Nation. Yes, I will.
Yeah. And y'all already know, what I'm doing, man. I'm doing 3 draft shows on 3 days, pre-show, during the show, and then post-game show. I'm probably going to get y'all on the post-game show so I can stay focused and concentrate while shit's going on or whatever.
Voch. I forgot, man. Mention Cowboys experience. Well, we forgot to talk about them.
Hey, man,
look. Let them know, man.
Hey, man, look, Cowboy XP top tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, they
bound. Yeah.
Man, look, they just sell these packages, man, and you can pay a little something. You'll get a little bit off the top, and what comes with all that packages, you get to meet your YouTubers. We're their media row guys. You get to meet Cowboy legends, whether it be Drew Pearson, Too Tall Jones will probably show his face or whatnot. Shake hands, get autographs. You actually meet Cowboy players. Van Der Esch may show up. Zeke might show up. Jalen Smith has done a few. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can't find a better fan experience than that. Plus, you get the game stuff. Plus, you get the pregame. You get the tailgate and all that good stuff. And you get to chill with your Cowboy Nation. That's cowboyexperience.com, man. Check their Facebook page out. And they love Law Nation. They love Voch Lombardi. They love everybody affiliated with them. So y'all got to love them too. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget everybody's Patreon, man. Support all these brothers that's on this phone right now, man. I have faith in everybody that's in this Cowboy community right now that does this YouTube thing. I'll take us over them any day of the week, man. And I 100% believe that everybody acumen on this phone, I trust in it. So salute to you guys. Thanks for already, being here, coming through or whatnot. 3 days of the draft, I'm doing them. Even day 3, long as hell as that's going to be. And I'm going on vacation after that. Nobody tell me nothing because I've put in the work, and then I'm going to watch Endgame and Game of Thrones and go on about my life. Hey, y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Whiskey, man. Bye. Salute.
I dropped my Cash App in there.
Salute.